Hey there, friends and foes. This is Johnny with Back of the Cereal Box, a pop culture podcast that celebrates the fun of the Saturday experience of our youth. But we can't think of a better way to start your week than checking out Chris and Amanda's Song Swap Showdown. It is the best way to start your week. We absolutely love it and never miss it. Thanks, Chris and Amanda, for all you do. And until the next time, love you, mean it. We'll catch you on the Back of the Cereal Box. I'm Johnny. I'm done. Ta-da!
Chris and Amanda always online. Grab your headphones, let's review time. Music's the love and it's divine. Laughs and insights mixed like wine. Every strong and every beat. They analyze, they can't be beat. Tuning in on the socials meet. Join the fun and take your seat. If music's your thing, come on. Chris and Amanda always online. Grab your headphones, let's review time. Music's the love and it's divine. Laughs and insights mixed like wine. Every strong and every beat. They analyze, they can't be beat. Tuning in on the socials meet. Join the fun and take your seat. If music's your thing, come along. Hear Amanda sing her song. Chris brings the notes all day long. Together they make us strong.
Well, hello, everybody, and happy Monday.
We just like that song so much.
We like
wanted
it-
to play
yeah.
it twice.
Yes, we love it, Randall. Thank you. We had to play it twice. Yeah. Happy Monday. Happy Labor Day, everybody. If you're in the United States of America, it's a Labor Day holiday. We officially had the Labor Day weekend, which is the unofficial end to summer, as they say here in the United States, the unofficial end to summer, which we would know it's not really the end of summer because sometimes we get like our hottest time of the year is now between now and like until the actual end of summer.
Yeah.
You know, you get those like really hot days and then like super cool nights.
Yeah. Which that's what can keep your windows open.
Yeah.
You know, that the nights actually get cool and they're not as
Right.
equally as hot. So yes. I love the fall. I hate losing the warm weather.
Yeah.
But the smells and the sights and the colors and the food of fall are so nice.
Yeah, we're gonna go through that in a second because I want to talk a little bit about that before we go into the whole show today. But I want to welcome everybody to listening to Song Swap Showdown. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We will be here for the next 2 hours. We officially have to be done by 10:15 a.m. So if you're listening on RadioGardenState.com right now, welcome everybody. If you're on YouTube and Facebook, also welcome as well. Please feel free to use the comments below to play along with us as we go along, talk with us, kibitz. We have a lot of friends checking in with us today because today's a day, since it is a federal holiday and a day off, many of our friends who normally cannot watch the show live are actually here live with us today. So we are super pumped that you guys can hang out with us. If this is your first time checking out Song Swap Showdown, well, how the show typically works is Amanda and I each swap 3 songs with each other that we may or may not have heard before. And then we rate those songs on a scale of 1 to 5 records, with 1 being a skip. Skip it.
Gone. Skip it good.
Skip it good. I like that. That could be another t-shirt design. Skip it good. All the way up to 5 records. 5 records. That's right.
That's right.
Which we deem to be heavenly music to our ears. Going on our eternity playlist, a song we will never get sick of hearing no matter how many times we hear it. It just sounds new every time. You know that song. You all have that song.
Songs are songs.
That's right.
We
We all know that song. That is right. That is right. And then how do we pick the songs? Well, pretty easy. We spin a wheel of show themes at the end of every single episode. So that's why you want to stay all the way to the end so you can find out what next week's theme will be. And it is loaded with suggestions from all of you, our community, songs, suggestions that Amanda and I have come up with. So there's a lot of stuff on that wheel. And just as a reminder, I know I hate to say it, but, as we move out of September and in October, a special wheel will be making an appearance, which will be the spooky season wheel. So that way all of October will be, because there's not enough like songs about Halloween and all the things about Halloween to just contain to one show. So as of last year, we said, you know what, we're just going to do a whole month. And it's going to be different themes so we can mix it up, make it more interesting and all that. So we will have a special October Halloween spooky season wheel that we'll be spinning at the end of September, because then that should coincide with the first show in October. Now we'll work out the logistics.
Absolutely. And last year you actually made a Song Swap Showdown Halloween playlist, right? So there's
Yes,
that
and
playlist floating around. So we'll add to that this year.
That playlist still exists. It's still floating around. You know what I'll do is I should link it in Spotify as well. And we'll start sharing that out again. But we do have a Song Swap Showdown playlist, Halloween party playlist type thing. I'll have to share that out. I'll get that out to everybody again.
It's a real banger. You guys will love it.
That's right. It's Amanda's favorite. A lot of bangers on there. A lot of Misfit songs that she loves.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I want to say good morning to some of our friends here before we go into what today's theme is about. It's about people checking in and saying good morning to us. Of course, Ian from Australia, hello, good morning, or I should say good evening to you. He's already dropping his song suggestions, and we will get to his. Dave Manley saying, good morning, Tune Traders. Love it.
Morning.
Tony Forkboy Donato checking in with, good morning, all. I'm here for the petting zoo.
Great.
Wait, there we go. It's Monday, everybody. And Dave Mattingly, because we heard this theme song twice. How many quarters does this dang jukebox take? For those of you not seeing the video version, that opening is like a quarter being dropped into a jukebox.
Inflation.
Yeah, inflation. Yeah. So Amanda, we were talking about it on our Instagram pre-show, and we've been pumping it up on social media. But for those of you who just tuning in and not knowing, what is today's theme?
Today's theme is no other than songs about animals. Songs about animals. And
songs about animals.
From a lizard to an elephant, it could have been anything.
Right.
But what did we choose? We chose some puppies, some lobsters, some octopuses, cats. So we got a nice selection today.
We do have a nice selection, and this was a really fun episode to find songs for, because once again, there's so many songs about animals, and then songs about animals you didn't know were actually about animals, and so that was fun. So listen to a lot of songs. So of course, today's playlist, I think we did a really good job of trying to find songs that, of course, there are some songs that we know, from each other's list, but then there was a couple songs we didn't know, and so I think this is a good variety of songs. There's a little something for everybody, I think, in this list, and I think that's kind of cool too.
Yeah, the range is very Amanda to Chris. I mean, you'll see. You'll see.
Yeah, and listen, if you guys have any suggestions for songs about animals, drop them in the chat. We'd love to hear them, because actually what I did last week for our Patreon people out there, our Patreon community, and believe me, we love our community. Yeah. We love our community, but on Patreon, you get a little something, you get some extra loving, I'm just going to say, you get a little extra loving. And so what I did last week is we had so many song suggestions for songs with drinks in the title. It was massive that I was able to put together a 2-hour radio show based on everybody's songs. And all I did was play everybody's song suggestions. I couldn't even actually fit every single song suggestion in there.
Well, I'll tell you this. Yesterday, my phone emails were going off, ding, ding, because Chris was loading up I'm a member of our own Patreon. I'm not afraid to admit that.
Yeah, well, only because Patreon won't allow more than one person from a team on. So I'm like, Amanda, I got to get you in here.
So I got myself a $1.50 Costco membership.
That's right.
And Chris yesterday was like, boom, 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 boom. So I was getting notified a lot that there was some good content dropping in our Patreon. So thanks for creating all that goodness.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, listen, so this is what's going on our Patreon account, guys. And just, I don't want to get too promoty here, but like if you want to spend literally $1.50, you're going to get access to a lot of cool stuff. Yeah. And I've been going on and putting audio, like little radio shows in there of either new songs of the week. So we have like a little new song of the week playlist happening where I come on and I just play songs and you could listen to this. And then I did everybody's song suggestions and I put together a little show of everybody's songs with drinks in the title. Yeah. So if you want to check that out, head over to our Patreon. You can join for free. You can sign up for free right now. So if you even want to just listen to that, you can. And use the link in the notes, or if you're watching, you can use the QR code on the screen to get access. Literally, it's free to join, and then you can choose from a level that's appropriate for you. And I do want to take the moment to just thank some of our Patreon members. Yeah. Amanda, you want to thank our members?
Sure. We've got Amy White, my sweet friend. Mark Ronick, another sweet friend of Ironic Media. Dave Mattingly, the VIP of VPs. Ian from Australia. And Johnny Beyond in the back of the cereal box. Thank you all so much. And Chris, while we have that screen up, did you re-listen to our episode last week?
I did. I did re-listen to our episode.
Listen, Dave, Ian, when we're being so silly, stop us. We went a little out of control with like the jazz and the reading of we were having way too much fun last week.
Yeah, last week was definitely I think the coffee went to our anyway. We were in the zone last week. Yeah.
We were the Bob Ross of drink music. I don't know what happened. We were only drinking coffee.
Yeah, we were only drinking coffee. Ian is saying you forgot to thank yourself.
And Amanda Sharp for being a wonderful Patreon member by no choice.
That's right. Yeah, I would say that last week's show, I listened back to it, the whole Gatorade thing. Actually, I clipped that Gatorade thing, and people
Mountain
Dew. Sorry, the Mountain Dew. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have Gatorade in there. But Mountain Dew. We clipped that Mountain Dew stuff, and people really got into that. Like, people were commenting. Like, people had strong opinions about which Mountain Dew they liked. I liked it. It was good. It was very good.
Yes. That coffee jazz. I mean, it was quite the package last week. So
yeah, that's going to be a clip coming out soon on social media.
So we have, if you haven't listened to that episode yet, we encourage everyone to go. It is a little chaotic, buckle up, but we had fun, and we hope everyone else did too.
There was some chaos, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun for sure. So, all right, let's start the show. Yeah. How about that? Well, I mean, we've started the show, but
dive into the songs.
Let's dive into talking about the songs.
It's a business.
It is a business, and let's get down to business because people are here to hear us talk about music. Like it or not.
And I feel like you should go with my first song to you this week because why not start this animal playlist with a Christmas song in September?
Yes, a Christmas song in September. So we were talking about Sia's song, which is a really cute song. I really love this. Puppies Are Forever off of her Christmas record, Every Day is Christmas, which I absolutely love this Christmas record.
So good.
Amanda was stacking a deck this week because she knew that I like Sia a lot, and that I am a Sia fan. And I loved her Christmas record because it was fresh. It was a refreshing take on a genre that is woefully stale. I'm just gonna say I love that. I love what we listen to, but it's as far as new, I'll use the word innovative in quotes.
Yes.
It's hard to find things. And you kind of, as much as I love the classics because it's very, I mean, it's all about nostalgia with the holiday music, all nostalgia based. But this was a nice, kind of palate cleanse, I felt like. And while it pulled a lot of the elements from all the things we like, it was very Sia. So I loved it. And I always love this song, and the video's adorable. And listen, anytime you're gonna write a song about dogs is
absolutely.
So you know what? Let's play some of this because I don't know how many people have heard the Sia Christmas. I think everybody's heard maybe the couple hits, the Candy Cane Lane, because you
threw that to me, and I think season 1 potentially.
Yeah.
Some of her, but I would suspect a lot of people don't even know she has a Christmas album out. Like, really.
Tony's saying this is why we need more metal, punk, and hardcore Christmas. Well, Tony, I put out my hardcore Christmas record, and so that was my contribution to the genre.
What is it? Antler
Wound.
Antler Wound. I almost said Antler Hound. I'm like, that's wrong.
Yeah, Antler Wound. That was my contribution to the pantheon of holiday music. So I did my part. I did my part. Yeah.
It was
so.
Good.
Let's listen to this, because I think Candy Cane Lane is one of those tunes where, like, Sia is definitely target music during the holidays. 100%. You always hear the Candy Cane Lane shopping in Target, and you're pushing a cart, and you're like, ooh, here's, I don't really need this, but I'm going to buy it type of thing. And then Candy Cane Lane comes on, and then you're like, kind of, at least this happens to me. I'm like bopping, pushing my cart.
It's a great Target song.
Yeah. Tony's saying it's in my Christmas rotation. Yeah.
It's great.
So I suspect this might be in some of your rotations. Oh yeah. Ian is saying, as I mentioned, on Patreon, because we were talking about Sia, he goes, I highly recommend going to check out the cover of Sia songs by other Aussie artists. There are some rippers.
Ooh, some rippers. I like
some
that.
rippers. Yeah. Because I covered the new Sia song on our Patreon, featured one of the artists on our playlist today.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom. All right, let's get into this. Here is some Sia with Puppies Are Forever, which is such a cute song.
And what a good reminder.
Yeah. It is a great reminder.
Puppy in the window. I can see him playing short. I believe he sees a friend in me.
So cool.
It's so great. Just for Christmas.
It's so fun.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good one. Yeah, I could. This song is cute. And you're right. It is a very good message behind this song, because I'm gonna see if I can leave it playing in the background a little bit.
Ooh.
Let's see if I can do that.
Yeah, just real low.
Let's see if we can get away with that. So, let's see if we can get away with that. I'm looking at you, YouTube. We can get away with it on the radio. So, yeah, I love that song. I love this song because it does have a great message. Because puppies are forever, and they shouldn't really be given as gifts. So, just if you're gonna ever buy someone, here comes a disclaimer. Right. If you're ever gonna buy a pet of any kind for someone for a gift or Christmas or whatever, please just think twice about that before you do it. Just make sure that the person receiving the gift is like understanding that it's going to be an animal that they need to take care of and not abandon or anything like that, or put into a shelter because they decided that the puppy's no longer a puppy and became a dog and I don't want to deal with it anymore. Like that, and that's really what the song is about, is that we saw it during, and unfortunately we saw this during lockdown, is that shelters emptied out. Everybody wanted puppies. Puppies were in demand. And then we all went back to work. And guess what? The shelters are now full again. Okay. So because people realized, oh my gosh, puppies become dogs, and I got to take care of them. So I'm not saying everybody's like that, but the data, the objective data doesn't lie.
You're right. Yeah. And if you're like me, I can keep animals alive a long time. And so Marcus really wants another dog. And I'm like, nope. I don't want to sign up for another 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, animals,
I love dogs, but that's a long time.
Yeah. No,
because puppies are forever.
Puppies are forever. I love dogs too. I got two. So.
Yeah. It's just think before you get.
So about the song too, what I like about this song is that we were talking about the nostalgia of like holiday music, and you could definitely tell that she is a fan of that classic Phil Spector Wall of Sound, especially that whole the best Christmas record in my opinion is the Christmas Gift for You or whatever it is, with all the 50s and 60s singers like Darlene Love and Ronnie Spector and the Ronettes, and just that album. I think it's called A Christmas Gift for You by Phil Spector or something like that. But it's literally the best because every single song on there is like you've heard it 1,000 times, every version of all those songs. And I definitely feel the vibes. Like this song, actually, even though it's now, feels like it could have fit on a Christmas record back then when that was released. It definitely has that those retro vibes.
I love it. I love it. It's got so much energy. She has so much energy in her music.
love Sia. I absolutely love her. And I think that this is a fun song. I mean, honestly, it's a fun ditty. You could bounce around to it. Is it like an eternity song? No, but it's a fun song. Like definitely not turning it off. And I spoiler, I do choose to put it on because I have this Christmas record. So,
which I knew.
Yeah, exactly. So puppies become dogs and babies become people. Davis say. That's what happens.
A lot of people have that same sentiment.
Oh, man. Tony's saying 1.5 for me because it sounds like a forced Target Shop More song. Oh. So that makes it a skip for Tony. That's a skip for Tony.
But he said it's in his Xmas rotation.
Well, Candy Cane Lane, I think, is in.
Oh. Or maybe
Candy Cane Lane to me seems more like the Target mom. I should say Target Shop More, Target people. It's always on.
I feel like Target just does a really great job of curating a nice Christmas playlist.
I think the stuff that people want to hear while they're shopping, so they buy more.
It's an energized, because you go into
because if you're in a good mood, you're going to buy more.
Oh. Tony comes in and say, Antler Wound is in his Christmas rotation.
Not Sia.
Not Sia. So Tony, do you find her entire Christmas album to be too Target shopperish? Interesting
Point. We would love to hear from you guys. Let us know. But I do agree with you that I think Target does a great job, but they want you happy, so you buy more stuff.
Yeah. Happy, energizing. I'd rather listen to this a couple more times than hear Mariah Carey's
Yep.
All I Want for Christmas. That's
right.
So I'll be curious to see what the 20 and under crowd thinks of that song in 10 years. Like, is it too much for them? I don't know. I'm over it.
You're over it.
Yeah, okay. I'm over it. So, Chris, where do you? We know Tony is no fan of it.
Tony is no fan of it. So where do I rate this song? So it's definitely not a 1.5 for me. I am a sap for Sia. I love Sia, and especially songs about dogs like this. And it's Christmas. Okay, it checks off a lot of boxes for me.
Mm-hmm. Even in December.
It's a very fun song. And is it like the most amazing song ever written? No, of course not, but that's not the point of the song. And it's got a pretty nice message too, and they do it in a fun way. So anyway, I would give it squarely a 3.6.
Okay.
It's a 3.6 for me.
You know what? I'll take it.
Yeah, and I think that's for a song that's like, listen, is it 4 and 5 record territory? I mean, it's a good song. It's a fun song, and I certainly wouldn't skip it, and I would choose to put it on, but I don't think it's like it starts falling into classic status.
I agree with that.
So that's why I think it's a good 3.6. Puts it like closer to 4.
Sure.
But not closer to just a 3.
Listen, I can get behind that. I understand that. So
it's above average. It's one more above average. One more 0.1 above average.
I'll go for it.
Or 0.6. I should say 0.6. 3.6. 3.6 records.
All right, we got some comments coming in.
Oh my God, awesome! 3.6 surprised me. Well, Randall, I mean, I'm a sucker for this stuff sometimes,
And Randall, we loved your song so much this morning. We played it twice to intro us in.
Chris will never give a score that will make Amanda gasp in horror. That's okay. I know he always calls me out on this, and I have given some surprising.
Yeah, Uptown Girl, Tony. Uptown Girl.
I gave it 2 records.
2 records. 2 records.
She's still hurt. She's still. What is that?
Almost
Almost
not over that.
2 years later.
And James Scott also was very upset about that.
Oh yeah, I rocked his world on that one.
You shook the internet a little
Yeah,
bit that
there was
day.
another one too that I gave like recently. Like
Recently, it was a 2 record. It didn't hurt as bad as I think the Uptown Girl, but all right. So let's move on to your number 1 song to me. After you graciously gave Sia's Puppies Are Forever 3.6, your first song to me was 3 Little Pigs by Green Jelly, who originally apparently were green jello.
Yep.
So I prefer neither.
I can't stand green jelly or jelly. Ugh.
It's red or nothing.
Yeah. You're a red jello?
I like a red jello, which I know the dyes are terrible for me, blah, blah, blah. And orange. I can do orange, but yeah, I don't want no green jelly. Green jello.
Green jello.
I don't know. Do you like jello? Like when you think about
jello shots, I really like.
the fact that jello even exists is kind of gross to me.
It's a little weird, but I mean, it definitely came out of like the gelatin desserts. I mean, the jello ring, the jiggly with the
it's just the jiggle
with the fruit in it, like the whole. Like I don't know, jello is a weird dessert to me.
It's weird because kids seem drawn to it.
Yeah.
Like the jello jigglers, right? Where you can shape them and you can grab a piece. It's a little different than just like slop jello.
Right.
I don't know what to say. It's just, ugh.
Randall is saying green jello is great, but no shots.
Understood.
And Tony, I'm with you too. I still have my green jello cassette before they had to rebrand all their artwork. Yep, I have that cassette too. It says green jello on it. Yeah.
Why did they have to rebrand their artwork?
Because Jello, they told me how to stop using the name because it's a brand name.
Oh, so that's why they had to change it to Jelly?
Yeah, that's why they had to change it to Jelly because who owns General Foods. General Foods owns Jello and made them change it to Jelly. Or said they couldn't use the word Jello. They just said you can't use the word Jello. That's a brand name, and then they just changed the name to Green Jelly.
That's a bummer because obviously they're not like trying to take Jello.
No.
It's like Kleenex is the name brand, but if somebody was using like facial tissue, Kleenex shouldn't be able to come at. That's lame.
It's one of those things where, but they were like, I just said they were a little like, not happy with the band and, apparently, they don't want to be associated with this like parody metal band thing.
Which,
novelty metal band.
is a video only band, kind of.
They were. So before this cassette came out, their whole thing was that they did this entire the entire record was just video only. And it was that's what they put out and all that. And that's what they decided, a video only band. And then the song kind of broke and they had to put out a record and they just put out everything as a record. Like all the songs. So all the songs are recorded. It's just that they was only available on like a VHS.
That's so interesting.
So there was a video for every single song on this. I've never seen the actual entire thing. I know it exists. I've never actually watched the whole thing.
So was this something you would just go to like Blockbuster and get to watch a video? I mean,
no, it was something like they were just doing it at shows and they were trying to do something novel and different and like have someone put it out. So yeah, I guess Blockbuster, like any FY, like actually FYE didn't exist back then, but it was like Tower Records or like Sam Goody or whatever, like any place that you could buy like music and video cassettes. They were trying to do something different. So kudos to them for trying to do something. Yeah. Dave is saying, Dave Mattingly, the great Dave Mattingly, check in with Green Jelly didn't have any money, so they paid their neighbor's teenage kid $100 or so to make claymation video. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I should send you, or I should post it. There's a really good YouTube video that breaks down the entire like thing with these guys and like what they did and like how this whole came about and like it's actually fascinating. They have a very fascinating story as jokey as it is. They do have a really interesting story.
They are just interesting. The song is interesting. The approach is interesting. So yeah, I'll just use the word interesting.
Interesting. All right. So one of the things I thought we would do today, just because it's fun. So for those of you listening on the radio, this won't be as fun, but it's okay.
It's okay. You'll still be listening to the song.
Hear. Yeah. So what we're going to do is Amanda's never seen the actual music video for this before.
Sure have not.
So this is a first time watch of Green Jelly's Three Little Pigs. Now, I know you didn't grow up, you didn't watch MTV. That wasn't your thing. It wasn't in your household.
We were banned.
So that's right. MTV was banned. VH1 was okay. Yeah. MTV was no good. But they didn't play this on They played this on MTV. Like, this was like during the day on MTV. They played the heck out of this. It was a huge hit.
It's something.
It is no, it is something. This song, by the way, it charted number 17 in the US and number 5 in the UK. And the name of the record that eventually came out was called the Serial Killer Soundtrack, spelled as in breakfast cereal.
Oh, yeah. Clever. Okay, yes. I see what they're doing there.
Yes. So, all right. So let's all watch Amanda watch this video for the first time.
Are we watching the whole video?
I think we should.
Okay, let's do it.
I think we'll get through as much as we can. How's that?
I love it. I'm willing to watch it all.
All right. So here we go. Here is Green Jelly's Three Little Pigs. Let's check it out.
Why don't you sit right back and I may tell you a tale of 3 little pigs and a big bad wolf.
The claymation is so fantastic. It's so juvenile. It's great. I think you're going to like this video more than you're going to like the song.
Well, the first little piggy, well, he was kind of hippie, spent most of his days just dreaming of the city. And then one day, he bought a guitar. He moved to Hollywood to become a star. But living on the farm, he knew nothing of the city. Built his house out of straw, what a pity. Then one day, jamming on some chords, along came the wolf, knocking on his door. Little pig, let me in. By the hair of my chinny chin chin. Little pig, let me in. By the hair of my chinny chin chin. Well, I'm huffing, I'm puffing, I'll blow your house in. Huffing, puffing, blow your house in. Huffing, puffing, blow your house in. Huffing it up, puffing it up.
All right, so about a minute 44 in. How you feeling about this right now?
You know, I'll have to say I agree with your statement. I'm liking the video more than I like the song itself. Right. I mean, it's humorous. Actually, the claymation isn't bad. Like, the wolf is pretty fun.
Yeah, I think the wolf is really fun. I think it's I don't know. I find it hilarious.
The long snap. Like, there's some charisma to the wolf right now, and the pig is a little interesting. It's comical the way that the pig looks,
right?
Which is probably what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I love the cheapness of the claymation. It totally goes along with the band, and but also very impressive as well because I could not do claymation.
Listen, if what was said that he paid a neighbor $100 to do it, I feel like they're getting their money's worth.
Yeah, and by the way, for all you Tool fans out there who didn't know, Maynard James Keenan and Danny Carey were both members of Green Jelly before they formed Tool, and that is Maynard doing the "Not by the Hair of My Chinny Chin Chin" for all you Tool fans out there. That's Maynard doing that. So, just a little trivia right there.
FYI.
Yeah, and we'll see when somebody comes in and corrects me.
Well, the second little piggy, well, he was kind of stoked and spent most of his days just a ganja smoking, hopping and a bopping down on Venice Beach, getting paid money for religious speech. Built his shelter from when he garbage picked, mostly made up of old cans and sticks. Then one day day he was cranking up a Marley. Along came the wolf on his big bad Harley. Little pig, whack me in.
They make them piggies all high. I love his little sweater, like Jamaican sweater.
His face so shocked. They were getting abducted by aliens, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Grade A student, his daddy was the rock star. Named Pig Nugent, earned his master's degree from Harvard
Hold on.
College.
His daddy was a rock star named Pig Nugent. Amazing. It's a
Cute.
Tony's
Clever.
saying always wanted to see Green Jello and Primus together, maybe with Guar opening. Yeah, that would have been killer. I agree with that. I agree. How you doing over there?
You know,
You're entertained, right?
I'm entertained. That's a good
Right.
word.
Okay.
That was a good word. Yes,
All right.
entertained.
Let's watch a little bit more. You still up for watching some more?
I am.
By the way,
What's up, everybody?
34 million views of this uploaded 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Yeah. Yep.
If only one of our videos would do that. you
Oh my
know?
God, yeah. Forget it. We'd be set.
Built his house from his architect.
We could retire.
A tri-level mansion.
Yeah.
Hollywood Hills. Daddy's rock stardom paid for the bills. Then one day came the old house smasher, the big bad wolf, the little piggy slasher.
Little piggy slasher.
Pig whacked me in.
I like the shadow.
I like his structure. It's little pig heads.
Yeah.
The building.
I'll blow your house in. Puffin', blow your house
Little
in.
security camera.
Blow your house in. Puffin' it up, puffin' it up, blow your house in.
Awkward.
Yep.
Well, the big bad wolf, well, he hopped and he
Go away.
puffed all that he could. And lo and behold, the little piggy's house stood. It's made out of concrete, the little piggy shouted. The wolf just frowned as he pouted. So they called 911 like any piggy would. They sent out Rambo just as fast as
The
they
Rambo
could.
voice is too much.
Rambo's great.
Yo, Wolfface, I'm your worst nightmare. Your ass is mine.
Oh my God.
Awful. This is awful.
Wait, that's awful?
That's awful.
Rambo just showed up and blew him away.
Blew the poor little wolf away.
The poor little wolf who's like trying to eat the pigs.
He just wants bacon.
I love how you're sympathizing with the wolf. This is interesting. We're going to come back to this, by the way. We're coming. I'm not losing this thought that you're sympathizing for the wolf in this story.
Well, the wolf fell dead, as you can plainly see. And that's the end of the story for you and me. You still give a listen, you just may. Hear the big wolf, a little piggy say, little pig, watch me in. Little pig, let me in. Well, I'm huffing, I'm puffing, I'll blow your house in. Huffing, puffing, blow your house in. Huffing, puffing, blow your house in. Huffing, puffing, blow your house in. Huffing it up, 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 blow your house in.
And the moral of the story is that bands with no talent can easily amuse idiots with a stupid puppet show.
All right.
The oinks at though.
You got to love the oinks at the end.
Oh, that was okay.
All right. So that was a lot, but I felt like it was worth it. We did this for the good of the show. I hope you guys were entertained by that, first of all.
Okay. the video with the song is much better than just the song.
Right.
And I try to at least, even if I don't like a song for
Right.
the show, I listen at least 3 times, where
Okay.
other songs I listen to much more. But this one I was like, man, I got to listen to this one more time. Like, it was a chore to listen to this a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
But watching the video is interesting. I could not watch the video probably more than once.
Right.
It's
But I just want you to imagine that this was on MTV all the time. Like, they played, this was in heavy duty rotation for a good while on MTV. Like,
I feel like seeing this in loop, like, to what extent and why?
yeah.
You know what I mean? It just would
Mhm.
be, to me, I would not be
Right.
interested to watch this over and over and over
Mhm.
within a loop, where
Right.
when you have a song that's a big hit and you're
Mhm.
singing it, that's a little different. You know, I'm trying to get where this made sense.
So,
in the early 90s, right? I'm assuming when
yeah, I mean,
came
this was
out.
1993. So I was first year college when this dropped. Yeah, because 93. So I was first year college, and I remember when this came out.
Mm.
I absolutely remember when this came out. Actually, yeah, 1993. Yeah, so Tony and I had just graduated from high school. Well, the year before we graduated from high school.
So where did you first see the video? MTV then?
MTV, 100% MTV. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, there's no YouTube.
There was right.
There's
Sure.
no internet. Well, there was internet, but not like
like
today.
this,
not
yeah.
like this. It was
Not like how we're streaming today on YouTube.
no, could not be done then. But
No.
but yeah, I mean, that's where I first saw it was on YouTube. No, it was on MTV, and then I went out and bought the cassette because I was like, this is really, I mean, that's 1990. So I'm like, at this point, let's see, 19. So I'm probably 19 years old. This speaks to me. This speaks to me. Yeah. Let me see. A video, a fun song that's like this, and then also has a great, hilarious video. So I was like, of course I'm in.
So.
And I think you should rate this on 2 things. I think you should rate the song and you should rate the music video. Because I agree. Yeah. I agree with what Dave is Dave's kind of got 2 ratings. Tony and Randall are both coming in with a rating each, but I liked how Dave broke it down. So I think that would be fair to do.
Okay, these ratings that have come in so far are not going to give me my rating, but Randall is coming in and he's saying, okay, like one record. That's all him's doing. Tony is coming in 4.0. He's saying 1993 was a great time in all music genres.
I agree, Tony.
I feel like there was a lot of really cool things happening in music early 90s, late 80s,
a lot of experimentation.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And then Dave is saying the song itself gets a 2.5 from him, but combined with the video, it jumps to 4.2, which we understand that because there's many reaction videos that we do on YouTube that's very similar to Chris and I's ratings. They, musically it's here, but when you add that video element, sometimes it really pops it up. So, let's see here, but where does Amanda score this one?
Where does Amanda score Three Little Pigs by Green Jelly?
I would indeed skip this song. This is skipping. If I hear it again, if I'm playing our playlist, I'm skipping Three Little Pigs by Green Jello / Jelly.
Skip.
I'm a skipping.
Okay.
I don't need to hear it again. I don't.
You sound so defiant right now. It's amazing. I don't need to hear it again.
I do not need to hear this one more time in my lifetime. I could die and not feel like I feel
and
bad
you'd
about
be
it.
fine.
And
you'd be fine. Okay.
So, the video, let's start there because that's more kind.
Mm-hmm.
The video, I am giving the video because if that's true, Dave, that a little kid did it basically, or a neighbor, I guess I should say, like a kid could be 18, who knows. I'm going to give the claymation, I thought the wolf was pretty cute. I'm going to give the video itself a 2.5.
Okay. That's it. Wait, really? A 2.5 for the video?
I was like, you're like, okay. And I was like, that's
wait a second. I'm like, wait a second. I thought that you like, I don't know.
rating this song. Yeah, I'm giving
I know, but I thought that you were like the video more than the song. I thought you would be very entertained by the video and like really.
You haven't heard my song rating yet. So yes, I do like it better than the song. I'm giving this one.
Ian is saying, unbelievably, this made #1 in New Zealand.
All right. Well, that's funny because I'm giving it a 1.
Ah.
#1 in New Zealand gets a #1 rating from Amanda here in the state.
So 1 record
1
for
record.
Green Jellos, Three Little Pigs, and a 2.5 for the video. The video, see the song, I'm not as shocked about the song. Actually, I'm not shocked that you don't like it.
Yeah.
The video, I'm shocked that you didn't score higher because of all the videos we watch a lot of times. I know it's no Ice Nine Kills or some Ronnie Radke stuff or
Yeah, that really has set the tone of where my 5s are. I'll give it like credit. There's, especially for the time period that it was done. I mean, it was cute.
Look at the shade that I'm getting. See, Chris, that's how you give a true rating. Okay, well, you want me? Fine. You guys want more me being mean? Okay.
This one, I mean, this shouldn't surprise anyone. I'm this low on this one. This was rough.
I'm not surprised at the rating of the song. I'm more surprised at the rating of the video. Yeah. Is Amanda a wolf in sheep's clothing? Well, yes, for sure. I'm going to tell you why. Because I just want to circle back to Amanda was sympathizing with the wolf in this story.
That is recorded.
You were sympathizing with the wolf. You're like, oh, poor wolf. But meanwhile, he's trying to eat the pigs because he wants bacon. Who doesn't
want some bacon?
So you feel like the wolf is justified in invading their space to murder them and eat them.
I mean, don't we go into the woods?
You're about to say no. I was going to say you're about to say no comment.
Well, I was.
I know.
Such a nice Puppies Forever song. I was like, but people go into the woods to hunt deer and stuff. So, like, it's the same thing.
I just want to put you on the spot because you're the one that started sympathizing with the wolf in the story. And I
did do that. And maybe I regret saying that out loud.
well, hold on. No, I don't think you should regret it. First of all, it's great that you said it out loud. Second of all, I would love to know who else out there sympathized with the wolf. Who else sympathized with the wolf in the Three Little Pigs story? We would love to hear your comments. Please drop them below for all of us to see. On top of, if you're watching live, put it in the live too, because I want to see how many other people sympathize with the wolf in the story.
This is the thing.
Here's the thing.
The Three Little Pigs is one of the silliest stories I think that exists, because what wolf is just going to huff and puff until you blow a house down? Like, you got claws, you got strength, you got stealth, you can jump. Like, you had a blow straw? Just, there I am. Just peekaboo.
He was blowing it down.
But you wasted your effort huffing and puffing and blowing a house down. Like, I don't want to be harmful to the author of the Three Little Pigs, but it seems a little dramatic. Over some bacon.
He is saying anything is justified for great bacon.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you.
And Randall's coming in with give me bacon.
Well, Chris, I'm not alone. I just said it out loud. We need a new little spot at the killer board now. Oh gosh, the government's really gonna come after me now.
Right, the government's coming after you.
Well, did it have to be Rambo? I mean, like the poor.
But it was
wolf.
It was the 90s. Rambo was still very much in American pop culture at that time.
That Rambo was something.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been the Terminator. We got the Terminator to come back, and would have been hilarious. All right, so there it is. Officially, Green Jelly, 1 record from Amanda for the song and 2.5 for the music video. Okay, it's fine. So what you said.
And Tony's really taunting you, I feel like.
Listen, Tony is the ultimate. He's the ultimate troll.
I would love for you to give a from my true heart ratings, Chris. I think you're too much of a teddy bear to Amanda. Now, I agree. I think he's very kind to me on this show with his ratings. You cry once and he's like, okay, I'm never giving her a 1 again.
That's not true.
No, it's not.
And number 2, because I'm being called out now. So I like to look at things from a very musical standpoint, and just because I hadn't ever heard it before doesn't necessarily mean that I should hate it. I should listen to it with an open mind. So, and I've been always very honest about songs. Mm-hmm. So, and I will say, hey, I'm going to give this. I wouldn't choose to listen to this, but I necessarily wouldn't skip it if it came on. So I try to. Okay, well, fine. The community has spoken. You guys want me to be more mean in the future? Fine. Fine. Amanda sympathizes with the wolf when she fantasizes about her murder board.
The way I love our murder shows that we do and the murder board.
And just for those that don't have, this is the board Dave's referring to. We have a little. This is how Amanda figures out songs a lot of times. We also have this one too.
Yeah. all of it's true.
that's the mind of Amanda sometimes.
Yeah. Poor little wolf.
Yeah. All right. So, welcome to the show, everybody. Song Swap Showdown. All right. So, listen. First of all, welcome everybody if you're just tuning in now and you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook. Hi, everybody. Chris and Amanda here from Song Swap Showdown. This is what we do every Monday. If you're just tuning in on RadioGardenState.com, also welcome to you guys too. Welcome to the show. We happy that you guys can hang out with us today. We have 2 more songs left to talk about, to swap and review. So let's get on with that. Amanda, your second song to me was Dog by Nataly Dawn.
See, this is where my one record rating is going to come back and bite me, I feel like. Instant retaliation, Tony. Hold on.
Well, no, I'm not going to give instant retaliation. In fact, I'm going to give my honest review of this song. Well, first of all, I did not know that Nataly Dawn, by the way, is the other half of the duo Pomplamoose, I'm going to say. And we've actually had them on the show, not them on the show, but we've talked about them on the show. Yes. And we've done some reaction videos as well within our Patreon, thanks to Dave Mattingly. So this isn't the first time we've come across. They do just Google them on or look them up on YouTube, Pomplamoose, or just go over to our Spotify playlist and you can get them there. Yep. But Nataly Dawn is the other half of that, and she's actually released a bunch of records which I didn't know about, including this song, which was self-released on her, I think in 2009?
Yeah, so this century.
Yeah, it was this century. So she self-released. Oh, here it is. I knew I had something. So yeah, she self-released this, but she's been making music for quite some time. Yeah. She actually just dropped a newer record in 2022, and she keeps still putting out all kinds of stuff online and all that. So she's got a great voice, and I just find her to be very creative, especially with Pomplamoose. I mean, what they do on that is just it blows me away.
And the sheer amount of content that they have,
it's insane. Their content is really good.
Hundreds. It's just well done.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's very good. And so this song was cute, and it actually runs. We'll listen to the whole thing because it's actually under 2 minutes. It's fast.
It's super fast,
but it's got a really cute message, and I really excited. Today's a sappy show, and I'm not giving any bad ratings like Amanda.
I'm sorry.
I like this song though. It was a good song. All right, so Dog. Here, let's listen to the whole thing. There's a James Taylor quality to it, and Jim Croce, I think.
I wanna have a dog with you, maybe someday baby too. Oh, but for now this mutt will do. I wanna have a dog with you. I wanna have a home with you, with a swing on the porch and a barbecue. Oh, but for now this one bedroom is just gonna have to do. Ooh, 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 ooh.
This is really a ditty. It's a ditty.
All that you give
is
all I could want. And I wanna make love to you below the sea, above the moon. Oh, but for now this truck will do. I wanna make love to you. Someday I'll put a ring on you, cause I want an eternity or two. Oh, but for now this life will do. I wanna put a ring on you. Ooh, 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 ooh.
So yeah,
boom.
It's cute. It's literally runs out at like a minute and 12 seconds, and so it's a fast song. It's definitely a little bit of a ditty for sure, but I like it. It's cute. The message is really cute about wanting to have a dog with somebody, and it's kind of like having that ultimate form of commitment. Like when you share a dog with someone,
yes, even more so than a living space.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
it's become serious. It's like. okay, can I have a drawer in your place? And then, you start leaving some more stuff there. And then before you know it, you're buying some stuff together. And then, but when and this is pre-marriage, by the way. So when you guys decide to get a dog together, that's some serious stuff. So I always caution when any couples are like, oh, we got a dog together. I'm like, oh no. Just, I mean, that's a tough one, man, because it's like having a child. There's a lot of shared custodies, unless you hate the dog and you're like, oh my God, I can't stand that dog, or, whatever, or cat or whatever other animal. But normally it's like,
it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. So when you commit to getting a dog together,
it's true. Because when poor Marcus threatens to divorce me, he always says the kid and the dog, and and then I surely remind him, "You're not allowed to. Sorry." It's just not an option.
Yeah.
And then he gets over it.
He gets over it. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, it's tough. It's like the dogs, it's like getting dogs together is a serious step.
Yeah.
So I relate to this song. I think it's cute, but it has a really good message. So, all right, so let's see. Tony is weighing in with 3.0 for a standard coffee house background song. I think that's very fair.
I think yes, it is that. Yep, coffee.
It is that.
Yep.
Randall's saying a good driving song.
Yeah, I agree.
And Dave is and Dave is agreeing with Randall, saying yes, it is. And then Randall is coming in with never heard that song before. I would not skip 3.4 rating from Randall. Yeah. So I did. I enjoyed the song. I think it was cute. I like that it just kind of came in, came out. It's a little bit of
that, overstay its welcome.
Yeah, it's got the little scuttle kind of feel to it, and yeah, it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's definitely a ditty. So to me, it's in a ditty category of songs. I definitely wouldn't skip it.
Well, this is one of those ones that you go, is it worth being inconvenienced to skip because it's so short, Yeah,
it's a little it just goes by so fast. You're like, by the time you may have made the decision to skip, it's already too late. But I wouldn't skip the song because it's cute. So, all right, where am I gonna rate this? So I'm gonna give this. I think this is it's a fun, cute little song. I'm gonna give it a 3.3 records.
Okay.
And I don't care what anybody else out there thinks. If I'm being too soft, I thought it was. I don't care.
Listen,
I don't care what you guys think. I mean, I care what you guys think, but I don't care what you think.
Everyone's in that 3 record range, so you're right there. So I don't think you're gonna get any comments about your 3.3. Thank you.
Yeah. David Sam, an old-fashioned romantic, no hanky-panky before the wedding.
So very no dogs before a wedding either.
Yeah, I would say no dogs before the wedding. I just, listen, you guys do whatever you want, but I just advise. I've seen it in too many situations firsthand from friends that are not partners, and things happen and they bought a dog together and then it's like World War III about who gets the dog. And
well, there was a whole Judge Judy episode about that. Yeah. And the woman was keeping the dog away from the dog dad. Yeah. And the judge was like, let the dog come in. And the dog ran right up to the man. And she's like, this case is closed. The dog goes with him.
The dog goes with him.
It goes with him. He was so happy to see his daddy.
Dave is saying a 4.5 from him.
Very good.
Yeah.
It's a nice positive, romantic but not mushy. Hey, yeah, I want to have a dog with you.
Exactly.
I want a house with you, but this 1-bedroom apartment will do. We're just happy. We're happy together.
We're happy together, like the turtles. Like the turtles say.
Happy together.
There you go.
That's right.
So that's where I'm at. I'm at a 3.3 for that song. I thought it was cute. Dog by Nataly Dawn. Natla.
Yeah, interesting spelling.
Nataly Dawn. So look it up. It's on our Spotify playlist. If you look up Song Swap Showdown 2024 playlist, it is there with all the other songs that we've covered today and since we started the show this season, the 2024. Yep. But you can go back to other seasons, listen to all the other songs we covered. It's a very eclectic playlist. So
it is, and it's just Song Swap Showdown for each year, 2023, 2022, 2021. So we got lots out there. So get to playing.
Lots out there. Lots out there.
Let's move into your second song to me because we are moving slow because we have so much good to talk about.
We do.
This one is Rock Lobster by B-52s. And what's interesting is this almost was on my list to send to Chris. So I was glad when he sent it to me. I was like, oh, I'm glad it wasn't on my list. But this is a very interesting and fun song. And, I'll tell you this. There has never been a longer songfacts.com write-up on a song as there is on this song.
Yeah, it's pretty long. I'm actually going to post it into our Facebook group because
it's a short story.
Yeah, it's nuts. it's I mean, it's nuts in a good way because I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that I've listened to this song for years. I didn't realize how much backstory there was to this song. It's crazy.
Rock Lobster song. And I didn't realize this was their very first single they ever released.
Yes, that I did know, but all the story, some of the other stuff behind it, like the making of and even Fred's story about
how it even
happened was never heard. I didn't know that story, and I was like, oh my gosh! So I'll let you. Want to tell the story, or do you want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead and read it if you have it up in front of you. But it's interesting how a experience on a boat. No, not on a boat, but like experience about not wanting to eat.
Yeah.
Like being cruel to crustaceans and
eating animals.
How it's
eating animals.
How they're prepared, not animals in general, but especially like boiling something alive.
Yeah, it's
there's an element of like it seems right.
Yeah, I know. I'm so now you're making me regret ever eating. Anyway, so and I read this and I started feeling instantly bad. So according to this is on from songfacts.com, guys, that's where I'm reading this from. So Fred Schneider of the B-52 stopped eating crustaceans at the age of 4 after going crabbing with his family in New Jersey and watching the crabs get boiled alive. He explained in a video that he narrated for PETA that he got the idea for the song when he was at an Atlanta disco called 2001, where a projector displayed images of lobsters on a grill. He thought, rock this, rock that, rock lobster. The band jammed on the title and Rock Lobster was created. Cindy Wilson and Kate Wilson's fish noises on the song are an homage to Yoko Ono, whose work is filled with these kind of screams and blurts. Yoko performed these parts when she first joined the band at their 25th anniversary concert at Irving Plaza in New York City on February 4th, 2002. Yeah, there's a lot of like Beatles connections too, which was also blew my mind.
Which is really interesting because it kind of tags into even like the Octopus Garden by the Beatles later. Like it's so interesting. But yeah, it's what a history on this song for something about Rock Lobster. It's a very long song. It's like a 6-minute song. But you know what I really like about this song when I listened to it this time, because I'm kind of getting in my Halloween spirit zone.
Yeah.
It has a very Halloweenish, like Munster, Addams Family, like sound to it.
Yeah, this, and it does get like when you listen to some of the Halloween party playlists on Spotify, it's usually in there. Like any of the Spotify curated stuff, you'll usually see people like it'll be in playlists. Rock Lobster, and I agree. It's a Farfisa. It's that like that Farfisa or the and it's got a very like weird.
That dun like
horror, Batman and the Addams Family, and then like surf, very surf. It's got that surf sound, which a lot of surf stuff always kind of starts falling into the Halloween music category and all that. So
it's got a lot of fun elements to it.
Yeah. So, oh my God, so real quick, I did post the songfacts.com in our Facebook group. So honestly, you guys can it's the VIP group. You could just use the link in the info description box or scan the QR code and you guys can get into it. But I did post that song because it's a pretty crazy story and in all the good ways, good ways.
Very much. And some of the comments are just cracking me up.
Yeah. So I know, right? Wait, do you want to read any comments there, or do you just want to play the song for a bit?
Let's play a little, and then we'll recap some of the comments.
I'm watching you read the comments and laughing, and I'm like trying not to get distracted.
It's so hard. We gotta lively.
The surf stuff on this is great. The Farfisa.
We were at a party. Severe love fell in the day. Someone reached in and grabbed it. What a Rock Lobster!
song is fantastic.
Like I said, rock,
Rock Lobster. Fred Schneider is the best.
just all the elements are so
We were at the
fantastic.
beach.
Yeah.
Everybody
good, like,
had
Monster
matching
Squad.
towels. Somebody went
Yeah, Monster
under
Squad.
a dock, and there they saw a rock. It wasn't a rock. It was a rock lobster. Rock lobster.
It's great.
Rock lobster.
Oh man, it's so great. Yeah, Tony was mentioning the bass line. That bass line is
Great.
so iconic. So iconic. And it's funny because in the songfacts.com article, they do talk about that. And on there, they say that the bass line, it wasn't done with a bass guitar. Guitarist Ricky Wilson came up with the riff, and Kate Pearson played it on the Korg SB100 synth bass, a little machine with a big sound that can also be heard on early soft cell recordings, including Tainted Love, by the way. So, little more trivia there for you. So yeah, while that is a classic bass line, not actually played on the bass at all. So, but I agree. It's an instant bass line that you fall in love with every single time. And I Ian saying, can you play the YouTube version on Countdown? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you know what? We'll put that in Patreon. I think we'll have to do that because I don't know if we have enough time to do all that today. But I this song is just awesome.
That's great.
I mean, you instantly like it's a classic song. Like it's definitely not a skip, and it is one I would absolutely choose to put on. And let's go through some of these. Let's go through some of these comments real quick. Because
They, it really does show how screwed up I am sometimes.
wait, is Randall is giving this a 5.0? Is this a 5.0 for this song? Is that what that is, Randall? So I think
Ooh, I gotta scroll up some.
because I think he gave his rating of dog. So this is
Yeah,
5.0
okay,
from
all
Randall for Rock Lobster. He's giving it a 5.0. There's so many comments. All right, so all right, so Fork Boy Tony saying 4.7 for good old B-52s. I never heard of them until my freshman high school choir days.
Tony, you were in the choir?
He was. There's a picture of him in the
Same.
yearbook with that too.
Same.
Yeah.
We'll have to karaoke one time when I come out there.
Yeah.
One day it'll happen.
Yeah.
This is the one that really did me in was when Dave
yeah.
went on here. Amanda identifies with the wolf who wants to eat pigs, but somehow eating seafood goes too far. Like, okay, one, yes, but two, like it's the cooking it alive part.
As opposed to just,
I'm not gonna cook the pig alive to get the bacon.
but the
You know what I
the
mean?
wolf is eating the pig alive. Just so you know, like that's
Yes, but I wouldn't be.
This might be the most Amanda statement of all time right now, Dave. You may have just nailed it. Amanda identifies with the wolf who wants to eat the pigs, but somehow eating seafood goes too far.
I mean, I can't make sense of it.
She is the mama bear too. Don't poke the bear.
And then Randall's coming in asking, hey, bacon or lobster? You know what? I will choose bacon all day long, but I do like some lobster. What say you?
I love
Chris?
lobster. I love lobster. And I do feel bad because when you do think about how they cook lobster, it's really cruel. It's just,
Does seem barbaric.
but it's so good.
I remember watching, I don't know if it was a Hell's Kitchen or something with Dave Ramsey.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a fit because of the way that they boiled the lobster. Like it was not correct. Like
Right.
it basically killed them alive. Where the other, like if it's a certain temperature,
Right.
whatever. But he was mad. He was mad. Yeah,
That makes sense.
Tony fell in love with the bass line instantly. There's not much to dislike about that. And then the Monster Squad. Love that Monster Squad. And then Dave, can you believe we actually maybe stumped him a little bit here? He never knew the Yoko Ono connection.
I did not. And it actually goes on in a Song Facts article about the Beatles connection, which is insane because So I'll read a little bit of this because it does get deep.
fascinating.
It goes really deep. I had no idea any of this stuff existed. So in the Song Facts interview, it says Yoko Ono influence on the song was clear to John Lennon, who heard it played in a Bermuda disco in 1979. It reminded him of Yoko's music so much that it inspired him to return to the recording studio after a 5-year retirement, resulting in a 1980 album, Double Fantasy. And that was released right before John Lennon was murdered. And B-52's guitarist Keith Strickland recalled to Q Magazine that at the end of the song, Cindy does the scream that was inspired by Yoko Ono. John heard it in some club in the Bahamas, and the story goes that he calls up Yoko and says, "Get the axe out, they're ready for us again." Yoko has said that she and John were listening to us in the weeks before he died. Yoko confirmed the story in her 2013 Song Facts interview, saying she recalled listening to B-52s. John said he realized that my time had come, so he could record an album by making me an equal partner, and we wouldn't get flack like we used to up to then.
And that is
People, how cool is that?
timing is everything. Sometimes look at even Elvis Presley. He was kind of before his time.
Yeah.
And people didn't like him at first, but 10 years in the future, 15 years in the future, I mean, became like so standard and norm. So you just got to wait out for the world to be ready for what you were.
But it's amazing how, once again, we've always said this, the connections to the Beatles on things are absolutely outstanding. And in this case, it's like, can you imagine knowing that you recorded a song that was kind of responsible for John Lennon saying, I'm going to record, and left us one last record before he was murdered. I mean, that's just like, that's crazy to know that your song was the thing that John Lennon heard that kind of got him like, hey, I'm going to record again. It's been 5 years. Like, I'm ready to get back. It's crazy. That's nuts.
Those B-52s, look at them.
Yeah. Look at those B-52s. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. So where do I rate this song? Well, I've professed my love for the song. I think it's a fantastic song. I think that this song is pretty spot on. Yes, I agree with the length. The only thing against this song is that it goes on too long. The original version of the song was under 6 minutes. It was like 4 minutes and 37 seconds, and then they re-record. And of course, it goes on in the article about how like we just don't care. We don't care.
Yeah.
But it is my only strike against this song is that it is way too long, and it does overstay its welcome. As fun as it is, it overstays its welcome. So, with that being said, I give this song a 4.7 records.
You're rating your own song?
Yes. I just rated my own song.
I was like, am I rating it? Because
you are rating it.
Because you said 4 point what?
4.7.
That's exactly what I was going to give it.
I read your mind.
And I think that might have been what Tony gave too. I got to go back up.
I think it is. And I think, did he give it
4.7s all around.
I rated my own song.
I was like, is this my song to you?
I
got so confused for a second.
Me too, because we both gave it to each other. We essentially gave this song to each other, and then only because it was like, well, we both gave this song to each other, so which one of us is taking it? So it's kind of like a combined rating here, because we kind of gave the song to each other. We should have just left it on as like, when you said, oh, I was going to give you this song too, we should have just both left it as like our number 2 song.
That's okay, because then I probably wouldn't have put the Octopus Garden on there, which goes so nicely with the B-52 kind of connection. So yeah, I think it was perfect. It was perfect. All right, so 4.7s all around for Rock Lobster.
Rock Lobster. Rock Lobster.
So we're almost done, you guys. Hang in there. We got 2 more songs to do, and we're gonna get it done. We're gonna get it done.
Oh, we'll get it done.
We're gonna get it done.
People, are you guys entertained? Let us know.
Oh, and then Ian is saying, wait until you see the countdown clip. You'll go 5. I cannot wait. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I'm checking that out. I'm actually gonna find it and bookmark it now.
We gotta. We'll definitely do that.
All right.
Definitely do that. I'm excited to hear what your thoughts are on Octopus's Garden by the Beatles here, because it has some interesting song facts to it as well. That
it does. It does.
I'm curious to see what your thoughts are, because what an odd Beatles song.
It really is, but I think a lot of the Ringo stuff is always like, we used to joke around like, oh, it's a fun country ditty thing. Let's give it to Ringo. But like, and I know a lot of
fun, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and I know a lot of people like Ringo is like, I mean, listen, all the Beatles are important, but like Ringo really is the guy at the end of the day who like helped get the band over because he was already an established professional working musician who like, and the Beatles did not really have that at that point. And that's why Ringo, you know, on top of being mates with some of these guys, like he had the connections. He actually was the reason why they could play the Cavern Club, and they did that like infamous like residency there. Otherwise, because it wasn't happening, like,
Sure.
you know, and I know a lot of Beatles historians who like listen to the show and all that. I'm sure he's going to weigh in and give like 10,000 things about what I said was wrong and all that. But like, but hey, you know what? It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. But this was one of Ringo's. So according to songfacts.com, along with Don't Pass Me By, this was one of 2 songs Ringo wrote for the Beatles. It came about when Ringo left the White Album sessions in 1968 and went on a boating trip with his family in Sardinia. I don't know.
Either or.
Terrible at pronouncing things. The boat's captain offered him an octopus lunch, but he turned it down. And it was then that the captain began to tell him everything he knew about octopuses and how they travel along the seabed looking for shiny objects and stones with which to build gardens. Ringo thought about how tranquil it would be to live down there amongst your friends in the calm waters, the opposite of the chaos and intersign conflict he was going through with the Beatles. With this idea, he wrote the song about living in the octopus's garden. Ringo, when he did return for the White Album, he discovered his drum kit was covered with flowers to welcome him back. George Harrison, of course, it was George Harrison's idea, by the way. The best Beatle, in my opinion. But the Beatles completed the album and later included Octopus's Garden on Abbey Road. And definitely Ringo Starr's voice has always been associated with kid-friendly stuff. I think it's just for some reason, his voice and kids, they love the sound of Ringo's voice. They all light up when they hear Ringo sing a song. I mean,
Well, and I had no idea he voiced the narrator of Thomas the Train.
I did not know that either. I didn't know that
Until
either.
I read this article just this weekend, and I go, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, how did I not put that together?
I did not know that either. Honestly, I never even thought about it. And I've heard Thomas the Train, you know, all these times, and I never just didn't put it together.
Think main Ringo
Yeah.
of the Beatles,
Right.
and you're gonna voice the narration of Thomas the Train. That's something that you were like, that sounds like a good idea.
It does sound like a good idea.
And it was.
Dave is saying Ringo has always been my favorite Beatle.
I think that's very fascinating individual.
Yeah, and you know, and it's great he's still with us. Of the 2 Beatles, him and Paul McCartney are what we have left. But and of course, you know, Ringo will probably be the last one standing at which is like funny because he's the one that always got the most like flack on things and kind of made. But like, you know, Ringo is like, he's got that thing, man. He's got the charisma. Of course, he's made some incredible memes over the years with the peace and love stuff, which is it's like the greatest FU, the greatest, nicest way of saying FU. The best way possible is the peace and love recording of like how he's not gonna sign any more autographs or anything like that. Please don't send me anything. I wish I could find it. I gotta find it and play it because it's the best. But it's great, man. I mean, listen, Octopus's Garden is the Beatles. Like, I love that they just like took risks and put things on. And the fact that they would even include this, like, it's great when you listen to Abbey Road and this comes on because almost every song sounds so serious and like super musically complex. And then Octopus's Garden comes on and you're like,
I can't imagine him coming back and being like, all right, you guys, I got an idea for this song. Hear me out. Octopus's Garden. Like, can you imagine? And
I mean, it's great.
And here it turned out to be really good. I really enjoy this song.
Yeah, and I know George Harrison helped them with it, but this is a thing too. Obviously, when there was a band, like they all worked and contributed on songs, and even afterwards, on a lot of solo stuff, they contributed on each other's records and things like that. And you know, I always love that, and I like that. You know, George Harrison and Ringo, you know, kind of like George Harrison helped him like sort of rearrange this a little bit and all that, and I love that because George Harrison is my favorite Beatle. I love all of George Harrison's songs. There's no cut against the other guys in the band. He's just my favorite. Everybody has their favorite Beatle. George Harrison is my favorite Beatle, and also one of my favorite solo Beatle artists as well, putting out solo records. So,
Hey, what was that documentary that came out, I don't know, a year or so ago on the Beatles? What
yeah, it
was
was
that?
the Let It Be. The Let
Yeah,
It Be.
that was excellent.
It was amazing. It's on Disney Plus.
If you guys haven't watched it yet out there listening, do yourself a favor and give it a watch and a listen. It's excellent.
Yeah, even if you don't like the Beatles, the point of that, what makes it so fascinating is watching their creative process. It's the dynamic and all the stuff that was going on is such a, it's so rare to see like just the raw of like creating something is excellent. It's absolutely fascinating. So yeah, do yourself a favor, watch the Let It Be documentary because it is absolutely a really interesting glimpse into like what it takes, and from one of the most iconic bands and prolific song, like it's great, worth the time.
Yep,
Absolutely worth the time.
absolutely.
All right, so I feel like everybody in the world's heard this, and I know if I play it, I think we really got to be careful on how much of this that we play because I think we will absolutely get shut down. So we're gonna play a very quick sample here of Octopus's Garden for everybody, in case you've never heard this before. So I'll fast forward to a little bit too, so that way you can do it.
Yeah, it gets us.
Knows where we've been in his octopus's garden in the shade.
In the shade.
I'd ask my friends to come and see.
I love the piano in this song.
Octopus's garden with me. I'd like to be under the sea.
The harmonies are really good too. I love it.
In the shade.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I can only do a little bit because the Beatles stuff always gets like dumped really hard on YouTube. So, but love that song. I love the piano playing. It's like so vaudeville, like, you know, it's really, really comical, really good stuff. It goes with the whimsicalness of the song, you know. And I like you can't. The image is great, you know. I want to be under the sea with octopus. It's great. It's so Ringo. Like Ringo owns, I feel like, this entire genre of songs that are like, it's like Ringo created his own genre of sounds, and then there's other bands that have kind of come under that, like as time has gone by, where you can go, oh, I could have heard that being a Ringo song, like by some band now, and I'm like, I feel like he created his own subgenre of music, like songs that Ringo would have done. It's it's Ringo music, you know.
Ringo music. Just
Sometimes like
Still Ringo.
circusy type feel or things like that, like just whimsical.
And I was trying to think of who would have been a good other artist to have sang this. Like because I wouldn't have thought this would be Beatles necessarily at all. And I said, who? Like I could almost see like a Jimmy Buffett kind of doing the style of this.
Yeah.
You know, there's just because of we're talking about an octopus garden, like water. Like I think of that type of stuff. So it just seems so bizarre that they did this, but so great that they did.
Yeah, I mean, there have been a lot of covers of this song done in the past, I believe, by other artists. I was going to say Oasis, but Oasis did not Yellow Submarine. I Am the Walrus, which I was surprised you didn't give me that one. Yeah, I'm trying to see. Oh, here's other versions. Jim Henson's Muppets made 3 video versions of the song.
Oh, I
on Sesame Street, on the Ed Sullivan Show, and the Muppet Show. It was performed by Kermit the Frog, Robin, and Miss Piggy. Oasis did do this. So Oasis and No Gallagher adapted. Yeah, I thought this would, because I've heard versions of the song Whatever, and they'll go into this at the end. So yeah, they've adapted lyrics from Octopus's Garden to the end of their song Whatever. And there's lots of live versions of that as well. Yeah, refrain of the chorus Octopus's Garden can be heard at the end of The Master Plan by Oasis. There are other, I'm trying to find the other ones, but if you guys know, it's not coming up at the moment, but if you guys know of any other bands that covered this, let us know. Oh, by the way, he was also, I didn't realize this, he was in a boat with Peter Sellers. Which is funny because remember in that documentary, Peter Sellers shows up because him and Ringo are friends, and like John like is being weird to him, and he kind of like is like, and he leaves. He's just like, this is weird, I'm leaving. Like him and like that was an awkward part in that. I was like, whoa, it's Peter Sellers, and he looks and like John's like basically like kind of making fun of him, and I'm like, guy's Peter Sellers, man.
It's a very interesting show, but it's a behind the scenes look.
It is. It's great. Dave is saying it sounds like it could have been a Donovan song.
Okay.
Donovan, not a bad pick. Yeah, Donovan could have heard that. He also said 4.8 for Octopus's Garden. It's my Beatles top 5.
Ooh.
Strong rating there
Yes,
from Dave.
good rating.
Tony's saying, as a longtime hater of the Beatles, who are way too overhyped, I can't give this more than 1.2 records.
You know what, Tony? I can respect that because my mom and dad do not like the Beatles whatsoever. So
Yeah.
I did not grow up listening to the Beatles. It wasn't in my home. It wasn't
Yeah.
until I was an adult that I was like, oh, I think I like them.
Yeah. And of course, Dave is, you know what? I never watched The Postman, but Dave is saying in Kevin Costner's The Postman movie, he has to make up the name of the president on the spot. So he calls him Richard Starkey. Yeah. And Richard Starkey is his real name. Yeah. That's pretty good. I never saw The Postman. Never saw that movie.
Same.
Never saw that.
All right.
All right.
So where do you rate this gift of Octopus's Garden by Mr. Ringo?
Before I give my rating, where would you rate this song?
You know what?
Like, what is your honest rating of
My
Octopus's
honest
Garden?
rating is this isn't going to be on my top list if I had to choose top 10 of the Beatles songs. It's just nestled there because of the theme of this week.
Okay.
Right? Like, I think it's a fun song. I think it's a good, it's not a ditty. I don't consider this one a ditty, but it's a sweet, like, I think it gets his point across of being down there in the garden where things are simple.
Yeah.
Like it's a palate cleanser, if you will, of the world kind of going out of my brain. Like for a few minutes, I don't have to think. So for that, I appreciate it, but it's again not in my top like 10 of Beatles songs. So I mean, I think this is, I'm gonna say like a 3.1.
Okay. All right. So 3.1 for you.
Yes.
Okay. And you pretty much chose this just because it was fitting in with today's theme. I mean,
Correct.
like you said, it's not one of your top 10 Beatles songs.
And I do like it. I really do like it, but it's not like I'm gonna put this on all the time.
Right. So I would say I like, obviously, you and I are definitely professed our love for the Beatles over and over again. That is objective data. We actually have an old episode, I think from season 1 where we did our top 5 Beatles songs. Like, so go back and listen. Amanda and I love the Beatles. Like, we love the Beatles. So just to clear the air on it.
Yeah, so like, I mean, give it a 3.1. Is it because I knocked the Beatles? Like, it's just, we have other songs that consider 5s or 4.8s.
Right, when you consider it in the pantheon of Beatles songs.
Yes.
I love this song. I think it's great. It's not my favorite of the Beatles songs. Like much like you, it's not making a top 10 list of Beatles songs. But it's definitely like, I'd say like my top 30.
Fair, yeah.
It's a fun song. It is a palate cleanser. I like hearing Ringo's voice too. I always loved, Little Help from My Friends with him on that, and it's just a great song. Don't Pass Me By is a great song. So there's so many good Ringo tunes, and this is definitely one of them. But it's not in my top 10 list of all time Beatles songs. But I definitely like it, and it's a good one. So I would give it I'm going to give this song a 3.8 records.
Okay. So even higher than I gave it.
Yes, higher than you. Because I do like it.
I do too.
It's a cute song, and I have fond memories of growing up with this song. I mean, it's when it comes to the Beatles and like, I don't know, but our household, like, we had the Beatles on a lot. I grew up around the Beatles. It's just, so it just brings back really good memories of listening to the Beatles with my family,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All
So
right.
it's a
Well,
good
I
one.
appreciate your 3.8. I think it's a fun song. Randall coming in with a 4.2 rating and saying it's very well written. And I really agree with you. If I was, I'm doing the whole catalog of Beatles, I guess, is where I'm doing it. So, hey, and then our good friend Mark Ronick popping in, saying sorry he's late.
What's up, Mark Ronick?
Labor Day, Mark. All right. We're almost done, guys. Buckle up. We've got one more song to review. And what song is that? That is Sunday Girl by Blondie. And
It's so good.
it's so good, but I feel so bad because the song is about, it was written by Chris Stein and he wrote it for Debbie when her gray cat ran away during like one of their tours. Like that's one of my fears, having something happen to one of your animals while you're gone.
And you know what? I did not know. I love this song, and for all the years I've been listening to this, I did not know it was about Debbie Harry's cat, whose name was Sunday Man. That was the name. The name of the cat was called Sunday Man.
I didn't either.
And no idea Like until I researched it, I was doing research of songs, but because I was like, oh, what songs about animals that I didn't know, and this came up, and I was like, oh my god! And I read the whole story, and I was like, holy, no idea that it was about an animal. That was about her pet cat.
Agreed. And so it made me. But when you listen to the song, it's a reach that you would know that.
Oh, they definitely do it in a way that it could be anybody.
Yeah, anybody for real. Yeah. So I was surprised too when you sent it to me. I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
When I did the research, I was like, oh, that's really sad. And it's interesting. This was a #1 hit in the UK and in Australia.
Yep. Yeah. It's it peaked #1, and I love Debbie Harry. I love Blondie, and I was talking about with Sia before. So there's a new song that Sia just dropped, and she's done some remixes with it with guest vocalists, and she did a remix with Debbie Harry and Shaka Khan on it. It just came out, and I did it. It's in our Patreon in the new music show.
Yeah.
I played it. So yeah, and I actually dropped the music video or visualizer lyric video in Patreon as well. But yeah, so there is a version of the song. I think it's called Queen or something like that, and I can't even remember the name of the song, but it's but yeah, the remix has got Debbie Harry on vocals with Shaka Khan and Sia. Shaka Khan, who's amazing.
What
amazing
a trio!
drummer.
What a
All right.
trio! But yeah, when you listen to the song next, know that it's about a lost dog or a lost cat.
That's
Her
right.
lost cat.
Her
But when
lost
you're
cat.
listening to the lyrics now, you're just not going to necessarily know.
Yeah. So all right, let's get Sunday Girl up.
And after listening to your first two songs, this one felt like a quick sprint compared to a marathon. It was so much shorter than
I
your
know.
other ones.
I know, right?
Look at that cover.
I know, it's great. It's the best.
Like he's in another world, running hard Sunday girl. Hurry up and wait. I stay away all weekend, still I wait. I got the blues. Please come see what your loving means to me. She can't catch up with a working crowd. The weekend mood and she's feeling proud. Living dreams Sunday girl. Baby, I would like to go out tonight. If I go with you, my folks will get uptight.
I love her voice.
I know, she's the best. I could listen to Debbie Harry sing the phone book for crying out loud. She's the greatest. Also from New Jersey, by the way. Just so you might know.
Ooh.
Another New Jerseyan. That's right, Debbie Harry.
Have
And I got to see Debbie Harry at City Gardens. I think that was the last show I got to see at City Gardens before it closed. Back in the 90s when she was touring on her Deprivation CD record, and she was awesome. Of course, she was awesome. She's a goddess in human form.
Since she is a New Jersey native, have you
Yeah.
featured her a lot on Radio Garden State?
I have played her. Yeah, I've been playing some Debbie Harry stuff on my show. Yep. Yeah.
Ooh, you should do like a dedicated hour to her.
You know what? Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
There's plenty of songs you could do.
Not a bad idea to do a dedicated Debbie Harry. I like the way you think there, Amanda Sharp.
Occasionally, get out that board again.
Yeah, you got to get that board out again.
Get out that board.
Dave is saying a friend of mine is a Blondie expert and sometimes consulted for discographies and similar info. He has a recording of a young Debbie Harry performing The Wind in the Willows.
Really?
Wow.
You're so well connected, Dave.
Yeah, he is. Well, Dave is the man. He's the man.
That's why
He
he's
is the man.
MVP.
Yeah, there's actually a really good another podcast that I listen to, and they do great breakdowns of bands and histories of bands. It's with this woman Yasi, and it's she did a great version of it's called Bandsplain. It's a really great show. Some of the episodes are 2-4 hours long, but they go through a very deep history of the bands, and they do it in a really fun style. And it's very good. They did a Blondie one, and there was so much stuff about Blondie I had no idea about, so I listened to that, and it was really, really well done.
Did you see 4 hours long?
Some of them are 4 hours long, and they have to do part 1s and part 2s depending on what band it is. It's crazy. It's very good.
So interesting. So our 2-hour shows, which are so easy for us to do without even trying, we could easily do a 4-hour show on some things.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Bandsplain, check it out. You guys will like it if you don't listen to it now. Great show where they talk about the history. They pick one band and they go through it and from start to finish. That's very good. Yeah,
very cool.
And they did a great one on Blondie.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll have to find that one.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll link it in the show notes here too.
Yes.
All right. So where do I rate Sunday Girl by Blondie? Listen.
Where do you rate Sunday Girl by Blondie?
I feel like this is one that I just really enjoy and have on like a background. I would never skip this. There's just no reason. I mean, it's just really laid back. It's not overdone. It doesn't overstay its welcome. Right. The sound is, I would almost use the word like rather chill. Mm-hmm. Just calm. I really like this song. I could play it into the store. It could play in Target. I mean, it could play in a coffee shop.
It can. It works on many levels.
Universal. Very, very universal. For that reason, I'm giving this is pretty good. I'm giving this a 4.8.
Wow, 4.8.
Yeah, I like the sound of her vocals. And there's not much to not like. And now that I know it's about our cat, like I kind of like it even more.
Yeah.
It's sad, but it's nice to know the story behind it.
Yeah, I love I really like the song. I mean, I think it's good. I mean, I love a lot of Blondie songs. Wouldn't make the top. I don't know if it would make my top 10 Blondie songs list, but it's right in the mix, man. I mean, it's pretty darn close. It's definitely in the top 20. For
sure it is on. It's in my top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
Where it nestles in on my top 10,
right.
I'm not exactly sure. Okay, 3.8 for Sunday Girl. That's good.
3.8 from Tony. Yeah.
That's
for
good.
Sunday Girl. And then Randall.
I mean, you're right. Debbie Harry, 6.2 out of 5 because it's Debbie Harry. Yeah, it's good.
I've heard this mashup too, Dave. There's an interesting mashup of Blondie's Rapture and The Doors' Ride in a Storm. Yep, I've heard that too. It is pretty interesting to listen to. It is good. All right. Well, listen. That's the roundup. That's the roundup for today's songs and ratings. So, Amanda, who's the winner?
Well, because I gave you the 1.
Yeah.
But it actually was much closer because I got a 10.7 and you followed behind with a 9.6. It was that 1. Had I not did a 1, it would have been neck and neck, I do believe. So I am the winner, but just because I don't want to say I cheated, but when you throw in a Sia and a Beatles song, I kind of thought I had good odds with you.
You did have good odds. You had good odds. So before we get to the Wheel of Themes, I do want to just go through everybody's songs that they sent us today because
my goodness,
I know we didn't get to it yet, and I want to make sure we acknowledge it. So
other comments.
I know. So Ian always graciously puts together some songs for Amanda and I. So he says for Amanda this week, based on this week's theme, he is picking Eagle Rock by Daddy Cool, The Horses by Daryl Braithwaite, and Pony by Casey Chambers.
I feel I'm gonna have to go to listen to all of those.
Yes, you will. You should.
I will, for sure.
For Chris, he says Black Cow by
Black Crow.
Oh, Black Crow. Sorry. Thank you. Black Crow by Caris Eden?
Close.
Okay. Sorry, Ian, if I'm mispronouncing that. The Dogs Are Talking by the Angels and Shark Attack by Split Ends. Ooh, I've never heard Shark Attack by Split Ends.
That sounds fun.
I may be making another playlist for our Patreon there.
For sure.
These songs. All right, and then songs for Dave. How to Tame Lions by Meg Washington, Bluebird by Katie Noonan, and Butterfly by Delta Godrim. Okay. All right. And then Dave, Animal Songs for Chris, The DeLorean's Attacked by a Panther. like that Elvis clip. Cheetah.
The cheetah.
Cheetah Chop. Jazz Butcher, Domestic Animal, and Julian Casablancas, Where No Eagles Fly. Lead singer of The Strokes right there. And then for Amanda, your song picks from Dave are Icicle Works, Birds Fly, the Old 97's Bird in a Cage, and Walter Martin, We Like the Zoo.
Yeah, like the zoo.
We like the zoo.
I do like the zoo.
And of course, songs for Ian. The Burning Sensations, Belly of the Whale, The Ghost of a Saber-Toothed Tiger, by the Animals. Am I doing that right? And oh yeah, The Ghost of a Saber-Toothed Tiger, the Animals, and Martin Garrix's Animals. Okay. All right. Wow.
Nice.
So, and he also has silly songs
For everyone.
for everyone. Fish Heads we've done on this show before. Barnes and Barnes. Didn't we watch the music?
Yes,
video
we
for
did.
that?
Oh, yes.
Yes, we did. Moose Butter by Rubber Monkey and TV's Kyle. Turtle Riding a Dog. Okay. Oh my
These
gosh.
names are fantastic.
They are great. They are great. I'm just making sure I didn't lose anybody here. Were there any other suggestions?
No, there's just one
Okay.
more comment by Tony giving you being the troll for you.
Okay.
Because you can be harshly honest, unlike someone we both know and love.
Oh my gosh. Wow. All right.
I feel like next week is gonna be a interesting show.
Yeah. Speaking of next week, great segue, Amanda Sharp.
Because what will next week's show be? Well, we're about to find out because we're going to be spinning that wheel of show things.
All right.
Something.
It's something every week.
Look at that full wheel, looking good. Looking
Full wheel, looking full. Lots
boy.
of ideas. Let me give it a shuffle.
Shuffle and
Shuffle.
spin.
All right, here we
Shuffle
go.
and spin.
What is next week's show theme? We're about to find out.
Tony coming in saying, no whammy, no whammy. Hopefully no more animals.
Oh.
Now,
All right.
listen here. Mystery and intrigue. Songs that tell a story of mystery, suspense, and intrigue. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! This is beautiful.
Yeah.
This is like a bonus, like Halloween one almost.
Yes, almost. It's almost
like
a pre.
bonus. Yeah,
Yeah.
so like this is so exciting.
Yeah, your face is so lit up right now. For anybody not watching the video version, Amanda's like, ooh, her whole face is lit up.
Suspense, murder, intrigue. I mean,
love that.
I added murder in there.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you added the murder in there. Once again, sides with the wolf, everybody.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
Yeah, so next week's show theme is songs about mystery and intrigue. Songs that tell a story of mystery, suspense, intrigue, or murder.
Wow, this is
Oh
great.
my gosh. You're so excited right now. It's so awesome.
Yes.
Yes. Here we go. Get the board out.
Oh my gosh. Which ones to choose?
Which ones to choose? What song about mystery, mostly probably murder, is Amanda going to choose?
If I can throw in murder, I'm throwing in murder, and this is one to throw in a murder.
Yeah, for all you true crime junkies out there, here we go. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, so there is stuff coming in. Yeah. So yeah, Ian, I feel some Nick Cave coming. Yeah, some murder ballads. That's an entire record of murder ballads.
Gotta love them.
Secret Agent Skin by Murphy's Law. That is a good one. That is a good one. Amanda and her murder board have been preparing for the mystery episode her whole life.
Right? I mean, the way my face did light up.
It lit right up.
Wow. Yeah.
I wish I had instant replay where I could just go back, rewind. I'll have to do it in like an edit. Be like, zoop. The minute it lands on that, Amanda's like, I've waited 4 years.
This is perfect.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
What more do we need after that show?
Nope, that's it. That's all you need. That is it. It is a complete show. So, all right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the rest of your holiday here in the United States, Labor Day holiday. If you want to watch any of this show or shows in the past, head over to our YouTube channel where you can immediately watch this episode if you missed any part of it, or any of the other episodes are all there. Plus, we have highlights videos over there as well. different clips, reaction videos, all that fun stuff. And of course, if you like what you heard here today, we would appreciate it if you'd like to support us and go over to our Patreon account. Head over to patreon.com/Song Swap Showdown. Or if you're watching, use the QR code on the screen or use the link in our description below. We would love it. Always posting stuff in there. Like I said, been doing like audio, almost like little mini radio shows inside of there for sure. Absolutely. So do all the things, subscribe, share. I see this stuff coming in, and this
The comments. I know we gotta go, but so many. First of all,
we
I'm
can
so
never.
glad-
It's like leaving your family, and you can never just say goodbye.
Goodbye,
It's
like the extra kisses, the extra
it's all
hug.
yeah.
Oh, one
it's
more
that,
thing.
That's one more thing.
Well, I'm just so glad that everyone had the day off here.
Me
so we
too.
could
This is great.
Have all this great engagement, and Ian pleading, "Can we have a wellness check on Marcus?" No. Just kidding. He's fine.
No.
Just kidding. He's great.
Yeah,
I
he's
told him he has to be.
Marcus is great. He's fine.
Fine.
Don't worry about Marcus.
Fine.
Everything's fine. We're all fine here.
Love you guys so
Oh
much.
my God. This is so crazy. All right. We just can't say goodbye. All right. We'll talk to everybody. We'll see you guys next week. And also, to once again, if you want to listen to the audio version of this show or any of the other episodes we've done, you can find us wherever you get podcasts. All that fun stuff. I'm trying to get all the housekeeping stuff done. All the things I have to say. And of course, for Radio Garden State listeners, keep it tuned here all day to Radio Garden State, because lots and lots of shows, lots of programming made just for you. Music and shows all day long here on Radio Garden State. So, all right, everybody. We'll see you next. You're still giggling.
We'll see you next week for murder.
So goodbye. I need to learn how to spell. Oh my God. For murder.
So do we. Murder.
Oh my gosh. All right. That's it. Shut it down. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.